This is Don't Panic, episode number 260, recorded December 2nd, 2019, Cyber Monday. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Don't Panic, the technology podcast on gadgets, the internet, and you. I am Sean Jennings, joined in by a couple of guys who are very cold and possibly snowed in. It's Colby Rabidou and Dan Miller.
Yes, sir.
What's up?
Welcome to December.
I wish I was snowed in. Instead, it's just mostly wet and cold. Which, ugh. It's the worst. That's the worst kind of weather. It is literally the worst kind of weather.
I disagree.
Okay, what's the worst? Give me your worst.
Snow.
No!
I'd rather be cold and rainy than cold and snowy.
Yeah. You people with your houses and your cars.
No, it's not even... Honestly, I snowblowed twice today and had a blast. So it's not about that. I just, literally, I stood outside of, in my big picture window staring outside on Sunday morning and was like, this is the last time I'll see grass until, February. That's what I
makes
miss.
you sad?
I just like seeing, lawn and, seeing what things look like.
And that's what makes you sad?
Yes. I don't care about the temperature. It can be 0 degrees. It doesn't bother me.
Well,
tell me I'm crazy.
I was walking to work today. As I was walking to work, over a bridge, which on which it was precipitating sideways. My umbrella held up pretty well. I was pleased. But I don't know. I had one of those moments of yes, I feel so good about I'm surviving the elements.
Well,
I made it where I was going. It was awesome.
Well, I was going to ask you, now that you're a homeowner, you must have been outside shoveling snow and snow blowing and, doing all those homeowner things.
Yeah, no.
What?
I have a tiny box in a giant apartment building.
And
I pay condo fees for someone to do that.
Oh, I assumed you paid in labor.
No, that's a co-op. That's something else.
It's different.
Gotcha. All right. Oh, that sounds nice. I should have gotten one of those.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't don't have to do any shoveling. Aside from walking, the snow didn't really affect me. I wore my winter boots for the first time this year.
Excellent.
They were...
Oh, me too.
Yep, they're still warm and still waterproof, so...
Yep, it's nice.
Yeah. For a long time, I didn't have, I probably talked about this on the show before, but I didn't have a proper pair of winter boots. I had, hiking boots that I would wear in the winter, and it turns out, it's not the same. Actual, winter boots that you wouldn't wear in any other season are pretty dope for the winter.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite an upgrade.
Yeah, so here's my problem with, as global warming takes its course, our increasingly less snowy and more just cold and wet is I think the snow looks pretty. And it is the only upside to it being extremely cold. If the winter is just frigid temperatures, then the winter would be my least favorite season. But the snow bumps it up over summer, which is my second least favorite season because it's way too fucking hot in the summer. But if it's just cold and then on top of it it's raining, which is never... A nice summer rain is nice if you don't have to be out in it. But rain is never good. Rain only makes things worse.
The issue it's not that I like rain. The issue I have is that, there's some people who like thunderstorms.
Mm-hmm.
They like the thunder. They like the rain. Imagine a constant thunderstorm for 3 months. The problem with snow is it doesn't go away. It sits there. That's what I don't... Because snow is pretty when it's falling. It was pretty outside today. Tomorrow, it will still be there. And a week from now, it will still be there. That's the problem with snow. If someone was like, it would snow twice as often, but I guarantee it would melt away in 4 or 5 days, I'd be fine with snow. That's not the problem I have. I'll snow blow till the cows come home. But it's go away. I want to see the grass.
I don't get it. You want to see is it about
Like,
seeing the grass or is it about the presence of the snow? Is the snow do you not like driving in the snow or like
No, it just makes everything look bland. Like there's
but
nothing
like,
you don't
interesting.
like the way the
is
snow
like your
looks?
dead winter lawn better?
Yes. Yes, there
I
was a
don't know.
poor little rabbit in my yard today. I saw him on my Nest Cam. He's buried in the snow. He's probably still there. You know, if there hadn't been snow, he would have been fine.
Well, we'll have to agree to disagree on this
I'm
one.
perfectly okay with that. And Zach in the Twitch chat says I could go for a week-long thunderstorm. Well, Zach, if global warming continues its path, you may just get that. So, congrats.
Oh boy. Week-long snowstorms. I don't know. I like it right now. I won't like it in March.
Yeah.
But it's all
See how long
downhill
it
from
sticks
here.
around.
Yeah.
So we just wrapped up the Thanksgiving holiday here
Yeah.
in
Yes.
America. Did you guys have
Yeah.
a nice holiday?
I did. It was extremely smart home filled.
Okay, interesting.
My mom got another, so she had one smart outlet,
Mhm.
and now she has two smart outlets. And apparently, as far as I can tell, first we added the smart lamp outlet. Why do I keep saying smart lamp? And it was just didn't show up on the Google Home thing. It worked in its own app, and so after lots of trial and error, I found out that unless someone please correct me if I'm wrong, but you have to disconnect. You have to delete all of your lights. You have to disassociate your Wemo account because I'm using that Wirecutter recommended Wemo smart outlet, and then reconnect it and reset everything up anytime because otherwise it doesn't like import the new lights from the account. Like there's no, and maybe you have to wait just some amount of time. There's no like refresh button. So that's my smart home complaint. Is like all of these things work well together, or no, they work well individually, but they do not work well together. Maybe this is different with Alexa, maybe it's different with HomeKit. I use HomeKit. I only have one smart outlet, so I've never had this problem.
Yeah, I actually bought 2 more Wemo switches because they were very cheap on Black Friday. So now I think I have like 10 because I'm a lunatic. But Google Home is the problem. Google Home is very bad. In both Amazon and HomeKit, they will auto add. Google Home is bad on iOS.
Well, this was on Android.
Oh, was it? Okay. Well, that's new.
Yeah.
I haven't done it on Android. I just know on iOS. I've tried using it and I find it a big pain.
Yeah, the app is not great. So that's my anti-recommendation, I guess, for Google Home. And here's the other thing. What did I want to do? Okay. So then the other thing I was doing, something I picked on the show before, is Pi-hole, the little network ad blocker you can pretty easily install on a Raspberry Pi.
Yes.
And then you block ads on your Roku, on everything. Don't have to set up ad blockers on your iPad. It's great. I want, and this might get a little nerdy, Sean, but it exists on my network. It has an IP address. I want to say something to the Google Home, and then I want it to visit a website at this IP address. I want to make a thing that says disable ad blocking, and then it goes out to my Raspberry Pi and says disable ad blocking.
Okay.
I could not figure out how to do this.
So coming from me, this is rich, but why would you want to do that?
Well, because I don't want to have to tell my mom, like, hey, don't worry, Mom, just go to this IP address and then type in this password.
Oh, you were setting it up for your mom. Gotcha.
Yes, but it would still be nice for me. Like, I would like this in my house. I haven't tried to do this yet. I would make it like a Siri shortcut for this, because then I can just press one button for my iPad and disable ad blocking. That, like, okay, open a new tab. 10.0.1.15. Okay, sign in with the password. Okay, now go over here. click this thing. It would be nice for it to be one button, and I know how to technically do it. I haven't tried this with Siri shortcuts yet. I just was looking into like the Google stuff. Is like, oh well, you can use this natural language processing toolkit to like derive what the subjects of sentences are. I was like, I just want one thing to do one thing, and it has to be exactly this one thing. It doesn't need to be complicated. And it seems to me like this is also much easier to do in HomeKit with shortcuts and much easier to do in Alexa.
Yes.
With skills Google, or whatever they call it.
Google, when they moved to Google Assistant as sort of the back end, and they broke all the Works With stuff,
right?
Because of the security concerns and what have you, they totally locked everything down, and it's really been not fun. Now, if I were in your shoes, and because I'm a lunatic, what I would do is I would get a physical switch and put it on the wall.
Okay, but then how would it work? I do like
that's
that
for
idea.
you to figure out. I don't. What do I have to figure out everything?
Oh, so I just have to I'm making a physical switch. It's not hooked up to Google Home or anything at all.
No. It just goes.
Right. You get another Raspberry Pi.
No, I'm sure there's some sort of smart switch you can buy that you can program to do stuff.
Switch.
Yeah.
They're sitting here collecting dust.
But I just like the idea of there being a switch where, like, ads on, ads off, click, 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 click.
That is really cool, actually.
I like that idea as well. It's like the little thing you slide over your webcam, but for ads.
Yes.
Colby, have you pie-holed yourself?
I pie-holed myself for a while, and then it was breaking something. I don't quite remember what. Mm-hmm. So I shut it off, and because I don't have a switch, I've never turned it back on.
Okay.
Yeah. It was okay. I forget what it was breaking.
Well, it breaks like some Twitter links, I think. I think I had to whitelist analytics.twitter.com so that I could visit certain links on Twitter.
Yeah. They got you.
It deletes all those sign in with Facebook, sign in with Twitter, sign in with Google buttons. They're just gone. Like they don't render on the page.
That's great unless you need to sign in with those things.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I did that for a little while. I don't even know where my Raspberry Pi is right now, honestly.
Is it plugged in?
No, it's definitely not.
Okay.
Well, actually, I'm like 75% sure it's not.
Well, Sean, I think you should get one of these things. I think you could have fun with it.
How about this? I'm a really stupid person. So I think I'll come up with the ideas on paper like I did for the Switch and leave it to my programming team of YouTube to figure out how it actually works. I'm in marketing, guys. I don't do any real work, okay? I'm an ideas man.
And what ideas do you have?
Well, I think I talked about this with... I ranted and raved on the show the other week about my... Did I about my car? Or was that just to you in private, Colby? About
oh, yes.
Automating with multiple...
Oh, yes.
Yes, okay. Still have not solved that. So that tells you how good I am at this. So that's really the problem I'm on right now. What I'm going to do, and I just haven't done it yet, is I'm going to buy the NFC tags. And I'm gonna go nuts with those. You know, I'll like have one at my desk I can tap when I'm ready to leave, and it'll automatically start my car. Or I'll have one at home that, you know, I'll stick them all over.
Yeah.
I'll stick one on the dryer, and then when I tap it, it'll run it for 20 minutes, which is usually how long my dryer runs.
Why don't you just use the buttons if you're close enough to the dryer to tap it?
No. Just set a timer on my phone for 20 minutes.
The stupid smart dryer.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, no, that's a good idea. That's a very good idea.
Because I always do that. I go, I tap the AirPods. I go, set a timer for 20 minutes. So I would like to just be able to tap it.
I'm gonna take some and put them on the washers and dryers in the basement of my building. No one will know.
Well, no, you got to write note. Tap here for a surprise. That actually would be really funny.
For a good time, tap here.
Although it wouldn't do anything for somebody who doesn't have the shortcut set up, right?
No, because I think the way those work is it's by the text name of the shortcut, which is foolish.
Yeah, so I think once I get those, then I'll have some fun. But no, I've always had stuff. I wanted to do this was a Raspberry Pi thing that I actually didn't get around to doing. I wanted to do a smart home console with that controls everything, but I couldn't figure out a way to, even on Raspberry Pi, control everything, because there's no one app that gives you access to all of them.
Yeah, that's a shame. I think, all in all, I'm pretty satisfied with HomeKit as a controller for things. I've been trying not to buy anything that doesn't work with it, which I've succeeded in so far. And, like, it works, like, 95% of the time, which is way more percent of the time than any of the other things I've used.
And what other things do you have? You have a Lady in the Tube, right?
Yeah, I got a Lady in the Tube. I got I used to have, well, I probably still have the thing somewhere, but I used to have the Smart Things, if you recall.
Yep.
Yes.
That was my first smart home foray. Yeah, I guess those are the ones I've used for stuff. But I don't know. I feel like it doesn't get, like, the problem I always had with Smart Things and the Philips Hue app is, like, I would always be fucking, like, signed out of it when I would try. I was like, I don't usually want to turn something off from afar, but then, like, I would try and do it and it'd be, like, signed out or something, and I wouldn't be able to do it, and I'd just be mad.
Face ID has helped a lot of that, I will say. There are a couple apps that, like, by default you have to be authenticated to use them. Like my garage door opener is like that. But the Face ID is so quick that it doesn't feel like an extra step.
Yep.
But I've had really good luck with the Alexa app in terms of integrating everything, because it's pretty compatible with just about everything. And they make it super easy to import stuff. Because it'll literally scan your network and find the things automatically and set them up for you. So that's most of my sort of centralized, like, whole room type stuff goes through that.
Does that work with Siri shortcuts?
I don't think so, no. That would be too convenient.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? The other thing HomeKit does pretty well that other things have done a terrible job of is, like, turning on the lights when you get home. Like,
Oh, with the GPS stuff?
Yeah.
Oh,
slash
terrible.
turning them off. HomeKit does an okay job of that.
Yes. IFT is terrible for that. I find their GPS to be super unreliable.
Yep. Definitely. Actually, I think today was the first time it didn't work right. Like, I got home and the lights weren't on. And, like, maybe no, because, like, I have it set to only do it when it's dark out. Like, it doesn't do that during the day, right, which also works pretty well. But it was definitely dark today when I got home, and they didn't come on. For shame.
I'm tempted now. I'm tempted to get into these smart light bulbs because it is nice to be able to turn all your lights off.
Mm-hmm. I do it every day. I put some Christmas lights up in the other room, and I turn those off.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, I got the one for my outside lights because I got Christmas lights strung on the house, and those are now on a smart plug.
There you go.
I will say, though, my favorite thing about the smart lights, for me, I have no overhead lighting in any of my rooms of my house. It's all lamps. And it's not even being able to voice activate them. I love the Hue wall switches, because you can turn on multiple lamps with one switch.
It's magic.
For me, that pays for itself, even before all the fun smart stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they're pretty flexible.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which does lead me into today is, I don't know if we've ever done a show. I have to assume we've done a show on Cyber Monday because we always do shows on Monday. But today is Cyber Monday, following up Black Friday. There's a story here in the rundown about the sales figures for this past sales weekend. Cyber Monday online sales are on track to hit $9.4 billion. That's 18.9% improvement year over year. Black Friday brought in $7.4 billion in online sales. As of 9 a.m. Eastern today, U.S. shoppers had already spent $473 million.
That's a lot of money.
It's what I would describe as a stupid amount of money. And sales are up. So my question to you guys is, did you do any Black Friday / Cyber Monday shopping?
Now, I didn't buy anything on Black Friday. Today, I went to a physical store and bought a jacket. Yeah.
You mean like a big building where they have the products?
That's how. Yeah, that's what you do. You go shopping on Cyber Monday, right?
I don't. What? That's all right if you say so.
I needed a winter coat and I needed to try them on. So.
What'd you land on?
What are you gonna do? I mean, I got a coat there's a buttload of winter coat stores right next to my house. All the sporty
I've seen them all.
The sporty shops are on the first block of Newbury Street, which I live pretty close to. So I went to Patagonia.
Whoa, this guy.
Yep, it was fancy. I didn't buy their most expensive jacket because it was $700.
Colby, you can brag. You bought their second most expensive jacket. That's okay. We're not judging you.
I actually bought one of the cheapest jackets I could find, which was ideal. The problem is I didn't want a jacket that was too warm. I always get a winter coat that's like Arctic level winter coat, and I'm dying all winter because I have to like stand on the T in the thing. So, trying a new thing where I don't get that.
Yeah, I bought a bunch of presents on Black Friday, but I didn't buy anything today. Nothing.
Not a
zilch. I got some, like, there's some really nice smart home deals throughout the week. Like, that stuff was great.
Yeah, it's a good, if you can wait, it's a good time of year to buy.
Smart home.
Yeah, you'll do well. I just bought a bunch of random crap. I bought cat litter was on sale. So oh my God, I felt genuinely bad for the poor UPS delivery man who had to lug 120 pounds worth of cat litter to my front door.
Wow.
I genuinely felt like a jerk.
That's brutal.
Yeah, he did not look happy. Especially because for some reason he parked on the other side of the street. So he had to cross the street, go up my driveway, and put it on my porch. So he did not look happy. I picked up... What else so I bought some gift stuff. I bought a weighted blanket.
Oh,
nice.
Because I've been wanting to experiment with that. Because it's supposed to help with anxiety and depression, which I have in spades. So I said,
you?
I'm rolling in it, Dan. And so I said, I need something to hold me down.
Mm-hmm.
And my verdict on it is, it's weird.
It's weird? I've
weird.
never used one.
I like it. It's weird to sleep under. I don't think I sleep better or worse, just different. But I do like it for like lounging under. Because I do feel relaxed.
That's interesting.
But to sleep in, yeah, I got a 12-pound blanket from Target. And yeah, it's interesting. I'm going to keep using it. But I don't feel less anxious necessarily, but it just feels nice. I don't know. It's very weird. If anyone wants to borrow it and try it out for yourself, let me know.
Nice.
Nice. One tech thing I did pick up, which was my splurge, and I'm not supposed to, but I did anyway, is you remember those the little Lenovo smart clocks we talked about on the show?
No.
So
smart clock? Is that like a smartphone?
It's Lenovo smart clock. You can Google it. It's based on Google Home. It runs the Google Home software, and it's meant to be like an alarm clock, but it's got a little screen. And it's this little.
Oh, okay,
clock.
yeah.
And I'm so interested by it because, A, I don't really have anything that runs Google Home on a screen, and I'm curious about that. But also, I want an alarm clock. Like, I miss not being able to glance over and look at the time. And I'm like, hey, this could be, I can do smart home things. This could be fun. And they were heavily discounted for Black Friday, so I ordered one.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Dan. I appreciate it.
We can't wait to see what you do with it.
Plug it in and forget it. Honestly, my Google Home is sitting in a drawer not plugged in, so I'm not,
Now, did it arrive yet?
No, it's not here yet, so I can't officially pick it, but that's a preview for an upcoming pick.
Nice.
But that's it.
I do remember talking about this.
Yeah, I was real bullish on it when it came out because I'm like, oh, that seems like a cool form factor, and the price was really good, so...
Nice.
Oh, I got new headphones, so I don't have to use these stupid noise-canceling headphones anymore because they give me a headache.
Ooh.
What new headphones did you get?
They're Tascam. Tascam studio headphones.
Good headphones.
Which is Guitar Center had an aggressive discount on them. So.
Guitar Center.
Yeah, man.
Guitar Center is such a store. It's such a experience.
It is a thing.
Now, there are 2 Guitar Centers within walking distance of my house.
Is it like one of those things where it's like, hey, let's go to Guitar Center? No, let's go to the good Guitar Center.
Maybe. I never go. I like Guitar Center, but I also don't like when people talk to me. Not that people really talk to you at Guitar Center, but like it feels like one of those stores where somebody's going to talk to you, and that really discourages me from just going to like hang out there.
You are near like Berkeley, right?
Yeah. I feel like there's the one Guitar Center that is for Berkeley, and then there's the other Guitar Center that is like
for everyone else,
for the rest of us.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I should go. I don't know. I've been spending a lot of money on stupid shit.
But it's the holiday season, man. That's what it's all about.
Got to get in the spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be a real American. Spend money on stupid shit.
I'll get all my friends and family guitars for Christmas. I'll take a dozen guitars, please.
That does sound like a fun challenge to set for
somebody.
Do you
have a guitar pack?
I would love to challenge somebody to like pick a store and you can only buy gifts for your friends and family from that store.
Actually, when I was paying for my coat today in the Patagonia store, the guy behind me, as I was walking out, was asking if they had the jacket he was holding in like 4 of them. If they had 4 of them, it's like,
one for every day of the week.
An investment firm or something.
I don't know. Could have been. Everybody.
You know that story about the Patagonia vest?
Oh, the Patagonia vest. Yeah. No, It wasn't a vest. It was like a full-on winter jacket.
Well, the perks of these investment firms are getting bigger and bigger every day.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you can't wear your vest all year round.
Oh,
I mean, it's snowing outside. Dear God.
Yeah, but what are you going to wear inside now? You're going to wear your vest.
Yeah, right. Presumably, they already have vests, and they need foul weather gear for
the hazardous conditions.
Yeah. That's what
I want the Guitar Center to sell packs of guitars, like those sleeves of fire tablets that you can get. You just get a family pack.
Yeah, like a 5-pack. Yeah.
I think they should sell them like packs of like trading cards.
So you don't know what you're going to get.
You don't know which one you're going to get.
Oh.
Right. You get a 6-pack of guitars.
You might end up with a mandolin by accident.
Yeah.
Like,
lucky.
I got the banjo. Rare item.
I saw this video today that John Roderick made a harmonica out of a comb and a piece of printer paper.
What?
And I've been thinking about this all day long. How does that work?
Not well? I don't know. That's a good question.
Did he play it?
Yes. Here, I'll put it in our I'll put it in the show notes.
All right.
Yes, he played it. He just folded the piece of paper over the comb, and like it did not take long. And slip, slop, slap. He was up there. I know. Let's see.
Is this going in the chat or the sheet?
I'll put it in the chat. How does that sound?
All right.
Do. But I didn't have Slack started, so now everything's taking longer. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. There we go. Linked to the timestamp.
Wow. It's funny you're hearing it through Colby's microphone.
That's weird. Are you really hearing it through my microphone?
I was hearing it from somebody, you or Dan.
Is it me?
It was coming through somebody's... Because I wasn't playing it, but I was hearing it, so...
I'm playing it now.
Yep.
It's crazy. That's crazy.
This is the thing I could Google, harmonica comb.
But this sounds paper. Like one... This definitely sounds like one of those, like, elementary school projects where the music teacher's like, you gotta make an instrument out of things around your house. And then some kid
whoa! Oh, so you take the comb, you have it pointing teeth up, you fold the paper up around it, and then you just blow through the paper with the comb inside of it.
It sounds more like a kazoo than a harmonica, I think.
Right, but yeah. Actually, yeah, how does he change the pitch? Oh, I have so many questions. I guess the teeth can be different, like, distances apart from one another.
Are there tuning combs? Like for different registers?
All right, next time I'll report back and try to make one of these comb harmonicas.
For our arts and crafts segment.
I like it.
Please do. Anything else on the holidays or Black Friday or anything else in general?
No, I don't think I have anything else.
All right. Well, we can move on to the little bit of news we have here. It's quiet because last week was a holiday week, but there are a couple stories in here. So while you take a real long time to decide what we're going to start with, I want to thank everybody who's watching us live right now at twitch.tv/don'tpanicshow and on Facebook at facebook.com/don'tpanicshow. We're live Monday nights about 10:15 Eastern at those two sites. So make sure you join us, comment in the live chat. We want to hear from you guys. What is the first story tonight?
What do you think, Colby?
It's a tough choice.
A lot of good ones here. There's no wrong option, I'll say that much.
No.
Ooh, Twitter's using and removing inactive accounts. Now,
yes, Colby.
Here's the problem. One, I need to know if the person with the account that I want is active. And two, like, how do I fucking reserve that username?
Well, overall bad news, because Twitter, after announcing they were going to do this, announced they were delaying doing it. I'll tell you why in a second. Twitter announced that they were going to begin disabling and deleting accounts that weren't active as of December 11th. Now, that's been pushed back. But as Twitter says, quote, as part of our commitment to serve the public conversation, working to clean up inactive accounts to present more accurate, credible information people can trust across Twitter, part of this effort is encouraging people to actively log in and use Twitter when they register an account. We've begun outreach to many accounts who have not logged into Twitter in over 6 months to inform them their accounts may be permanently removed due to prolonged inactivity. They said the removal process will happen over many months, not just on a single day, so you can't rush to get your username on December 12th. The issue is, and the reason they delayed it is because it's not just about people who've abandoned Twitter, it's also an enormous impact on accounts belonging to the deceased. There was a lot of complaints around this because, if someone's dead, they shouldn't delete their account because they're not using it because, they're dead. And so what Twitter decided to do was delay it mainly because of this. First, the company says the process impacts accounts in the EU only for now, in addition to delaying it, and they're going to work to find a way to preserve the accounts of people who have passed away. Quote, we will not be removing any inactive accounts until we create a new way for people to memorialize accounts.
This is one of those things where, and things are hard and there's lots of competing priorities, but Twitter's a big company. I'm sure there's a whole team set up working on this. Multiple people. And no one was like, what would probably be problematic is like, if we... There was a famous person passed away just recently who had like an active Twitter account. Mm-hmm. Like Leonard Nimoy or something. Right? Like, people would get so upset if you just deleted their account. There must be a team that was just doing this, and how was no one on that team like, oh, we should probably figure this out. Like, I know that you can't figure everything out, but
yeah, well, Facebook has a way to
and has for a long time. I remember that coming out like while we were in college.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I guess dead people's Twitter shouldn't go away. But then, like, if you're not dead, but you haven't used your Twitter account for 6 months, like, why should your account go away and a dead person's shouldn't?
Well, this isn't the only time other sites did this. I think Flickr did this. And no one really complained about it then.
Huh.
I guess the idea would be if you're dead, you can't use your account versus somebody who's just lazy or disinterested
choosing
in Twitter.
Not to.
Yeah, I mean, they certainly should be given a lot of opportunity to, go in and use their account and be warned ahead of time. I don't have such an issue with deleting inactive accounts. I get where they're coming from in that, A, it does free up usernames, but also, B, I have to imagine, I'm not an expert on this, I have to imagine having a lot of accounts that aren't being used, they're good hacking opportunities. They're good opportunities to be taken over and have nobody notice.
Mm-hmm. Could be.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm sure it's safer for them to not have all these accounts lying around, would be my guess.
Yeah.
I believe that.
But now I have a tough question for you two.
Yes.
If you perish tomorrow, would you want your social media accounts memorialized or deleted?
Sean,
have you
ever watched a TV show called Caprica?
No, I haven't. Is that a thing?
Colby, did you watch this?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So it's a show that's really a prequel to Battlestar Galactica, but you don't really need to watch it. You don't need to have seen Battlestar Galactica to get out of it. It's basically a show about AI. And the premise of the show is there's this, Elon Musk-like figure whose daughter passes away in like a tragic terrorism incident. And so he recreates his daughter in VR by training a model on everything that she's ever texted to anyone, everything she's ever posted or written ever.
Sure.
And it turned and it's totally believable. Like, you could get a pretty close approximation to what you thought that person was like if you could do that.
But everyone uses social media differently. I don't think you could do it just on my Facebook and Twitter accounts.
Well, they could build a Facebook and Twitter Sean.
Oh, there was a site, this was a couple years ago, but there was a site where you could put in your Twitter username and it would scan all your tweets and then pump out like tweets it thought you would write. There was a site that did this, and it was like, I mean, it was kind of
awesome.
gibberish, but also you could see where it was pulling the parts from, like common phrases and words you would say. And I'm like, these do, other than the fact that the English is bad, these do kind of sound like things I would say. It was very spooky.
Now, there was also a Black Mirror episode somewhat recently that was this kind of thing. Though I feel like there was some weird, like, I don't know. It was like the person died and you could, like, get this app thing that would do that, and you could like text them, and then they had some upsell where they sent you a weird like robot thing. I don't remember. It was pretty Black Mirror.
I'm sure it had a very positive and uplifting.
Yeah, everything was fine.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So, I think my answer would be, on the one hand, I feel like I should have it be deleted, but on the other hand, if I don't mean to presume, but if someone wants to keep some facsimile of me around, that might be, I don't know if that would help, stave off the sting of my loss, but I don't know. Who am I to say that they can't do that? But I think like letting a loved one do that is very different from then like being impersonated for other purposes in the afterlife.
Honestly, I just think people are going to really want that Jazz Dan handle.
I mean, someone eventually will on an infinite timescale.
Yep.
There are a lot of Dans in the world. Some of them are bound to like jazz.
Is there a Jazzy
In fact,
Dan?
there is already a Dan Miller trumpet player who plays jazz. There is twitter.com/dmiller never tweeted in its entire existence.
You gotta sit on that. Someone's gonna make a lot of money having a service that like pings the account and lets you know when they reset it.
I mean, there was a whole a reply all about this. You can go on the dark web and get people to steal accounts for you.
Ooh, I like
Just
that.
gotta find, once you find the dark web, like what can't you do?
I like that.
Oh, I just Googled buy a Twitter account, and I'm getting some weird websites.
I'm not Dan. If they ask you to pay in Bitcoin, run.
I'm at the world's most secure player-to-player account marketplace. How does this just show up on Google? Premium age Twitters, 2007 to 2013.
See, this is why they want to get rid of those inactive accounts.
Age 100 account Twitter mega pack.
I think this would be a fun challenge for us to do. Is like, Dan, you should try to buy my Twitter account and see if you can.
Oh man, would it be like if Dan got into legal trouble for doing this? Do you think that would be a sufficient defense? Like,
it's for the
like
podcast.
You wouldn't get in trouble. Yeah, we're journalists.
It's a joke.
Wow.
She said it was okay.
Twitter accounts for sale. The accounts are verified through SMS. Email at mail.ru is an inset. Email address may not work. Mail gender. Added profile image. Background image. The name of the accounts use the Latin alphabet. Accounts are registered in Russia. 457. 12 cents each.
Wow. A bargain.
Oh, wow. I am finding some stuff here.
I mean, to be honest with you, I feel like if you looked like even mildly hard, I'm sure my password to my Twitter account is out there somewhere. So,
Good to know, Sean.
These days. Oh, I get it. I've been really bad in the last like 6 months. I get a lot of like accounts. Like my Minecraft account. They're like, you just changed your password on your Minecraft account. I'm like, no, I did not. I'm permanently
Wait,
locked.
is someone in our server now, Sean, destroying all our stuff?
I immediately went and changed the password back to something else, and it's fine. But I've been getting this on a lot of my various accounts. It's not great.
Pwned.
It's why you don't use the same password for everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why Sean definitely doesn't use the same password for everything. He's just been very unlucky.
Well, honestly, do you want to know what I did with my Minecraft account? Because it came up on my phone, and immediately I'm like, no, change it to something else. And so I click it, and I just typed in a bunch of gibberish on my keyboard, and I'm just like, I'm never going to log into this thing again. It's fine.
It's very
I don't need to
secure.
know the password. Yep.
Yeah, I guess if you ever need to get in again, you can just reset the password, right?
You got it. That's exactly right.
Address.
Oh, boy. Gosh, we can hit up one more story before we go to picks. There are a lot in here, or we can just not.
Speaking of resetting passwords, I have a credit card that expires this month. And
You
so
better get spending.
What's up?
You better get spending.
Yeah, that's how that works. No, I got the new card, but now I'm in the period where like I find out which websites I've used this credit card on because like I get emails. It's like your payment failed.
Yep. Yep. All those recurring payments.
Yes, that happened for both the domain and hosting for don'tpanic.io.
Damn it! The one thing that finally took us down after all these years, Colby's expiring credit card.
I think I got it in time though. It's still up, right? Yeah.
I'm glad we found the weak link in our system.
We good. How do companies deal with that? Do they have the same problem?
Yes.
Damn it. That's insane.
I mean, yeah, don't even get started on SSL search.
There you go.
We actually did have that happen on my company's website. Is they were using the wrong certificate and it expired and our website stopped working.
Yeah, there are whole other businesses that are built up around checking your like whois records.
Yeah.
And notifying you like when your domain is about to expire and stuff.
I will say there's a reason why I use PayPal for as many purchases as possible. Because you can just swap out the payment method in PayPal under it pays to have a middleman.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
All right. Well, how about we move on to picks here?
Let's do it.
We all were on break. We're all checking out stuff and seeing what's good. And you guys got a couple picks. Dan, why don't you go first? You got a podcast here for us.
Yeah. So this is a podcast that's been recommended on several podcasts. But if you're not listening to it, it's great. It's called You're Wrong About, and it covers subjects that you think you know everything about, or you think you remember what happened, but the subjects are often misunderstood. So like some classic episodes are like the Terry Schiavo case. They're doing a big thing on the O.J. Simpson trial right now, and it's just like all these various things that you thought you understood, but you didn't.
Schiavo's tubes.
Sorry. That's a my Friday reference. All right. So it's really good. It's hosted by two journalists who are really, really funny. And it's one of those ones where each episode is timeless. So you can just go back and listen to them all. Or not. Like, you don't have to listen to all of them. Pick the ones that sound interesting to you. I recommend the Terry Schiavo one. And the ongoing O.J. Simpson one is really good.
Very cool. This is really neat, actually. This is
yeah,
right
you would like this a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. What You're Wrong About. I saw one here on the famous wardrobe malfunction at the Super Bowl. I'm like,
oh, yes.
That's got to be a good story. Yeah, there's some really good stuff in here. Alrighty. You're Wrong About. Available wherever there are podcasts. Very cool. Colby, I'm going to let you go last because I also have a podcast pick. I am not... God, I pray we haven't picked this on the show already. And I'm not new to this. I've only recently started listening. Your Kickstarter Sucks? Oh, okay, great.
I don't think so.
The title implies what it is. The two hosts, obviously banter, and they're very funny. But they go through, on a normal episode, 6 Kickstarters and just bust on them as to why they're just the dumbest things. And just when you think you've run out of stupid Kickstarter concepts, there's another one. So there's really not much more to it than that, but I really enjoy the hosts. I enjoy the format. It's a very fun show. And, go laugh at some Jesse Farrar, Mike Hale. Go laugh at some stupid Kickstarters. So Your Kickstarter Sucks. It's a good show.
Always.
All right, Colby, take us home.
Yeah, mine's a game that I've been playing on and off sometimes. It's called The Outer Worlds. It's a lot like Fallout because it's made by the people who made Fallout 3, correct? Maybe?
Yes.
I don't know.
I think that's right.
And it's pretty fun. It's like Fallout, but in space. I read or listened to a thing that suggested it was like if you took Fallout and Firefly and smashed them together, and so that's why I had to play. But it's pretty fun. It's like I I don't know. The setting is like a sort of, well, I don't know how to describe it. You're in like there's like space colonies and like it's kind of like a corporate dystopia. It's kind of silly. Like all
Everyone
the people
belongs to a corporation.
Yeah, yeah.
It's got that weird future 50s look to it. Steampunk adjacent.
It's got the retro future thing happening. There's lots of like jokey, sarcastic corporate character building. I don't know. It's kind of fun. I've enjoyed it so far. Yeah, that's my pick. It's on all the things you can play games on, I think. Maybe not the Switch. I don't know.
Yeah. You're correct. PC,
but it is
Xbox.
Isn't it coming to the Switch, I read?
Is it?
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
I know. God, it's so much fun to play things on the Switch.
I would honestly probably almost rather play any game on the Switch.
Yes!
I can take it with me.
Yes.
Yes.
Outstanding. Very fun, very cool. The Outer Worlds, available on nearly every platform. Get it wherever digital products are sold. Very good. Anything else, guys?
That's it. That's all.
We managed to get through a show where there's basically no news, so I consider that a win.
Yeah, we talked a lot about smart home. We talked a lot about coats.
Yeah, we did. We did a little Black Friday shopping. Dead people on Twitter.
Dead people on Twitter. Hashtag dead Twitter.
Hashtag RIP Twitter. Great. Well, this has been wonderful. Hey, before I plug this show, you guys know I got to talk about Up for Debate, right? Because we are so close to the end of our scary movie rewatch that will started before Halloween and ended in December in classic Up for Debate fashion. The episode now on the feed is The Blair Witch Project, which Dan made me watch. I got motion sick almost immediately.
I made you watch it?
I'm sorry, Matt made me watch it.
Okay.
My apologies.
Dan, you didn't I do not remember that. I've never even watched The Blair Witch Project.
It's a thing. You can watch it. I wouldn't necessarily recommend you do. But what I'm very excited about is we finally have our first modern horror movie. Hereditary is going to be... I have to watch that tomorrow for our show taping this week, so that'll be up on the feed later this week. Matt is very excited. I don't know anything about it. I'm told there's some kind of big twist or something. I will find out, and we will talk about it on that episode. And we got a lot of great episodes coming up to end the year as well through December. So you're going to want to subscribe to that Up for Debate wherever you get podcasts. Look for the purple album art, and you'll find us. However, this show is Don't Panic at don'tpanic.io. You can go there, get all the past episodes, the audio, the video, and of course, links to the pics will be there, so don't bother searching yourself. Go right there and check it out. You can also subscribe wherever you get podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Overcast, Spotify. We're in all the places, in the video version on YouTube. And of course, get a hold of us. don'tpanicshow@gmail.com is the email address, and you can tweet at us at don'tpanicshow. I think that wraps us up here for this episode. So we'll end it there. On behalf of Colby and Dan, I'm Sean. We'll be back next week for more tech news and fun discussions on another Don't Panic.